And we're back, and I think I can get you added here. Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Well,
Hooray!
I'm only on the screen there.
We lost Steven though. We see his closet.
That's alright. 2 seconds.
That's my closet. This is my
Oh.
room.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you will be because that's a nice closet.
Bad.
I will not have you disrespecting my friend's closet.
Yeah.
So when
Fire.
Merrick,
Oh,
when you
there
went
I am.
outside, Merrick, when you went outside with your crumpled note in your pocket, did you take the scrolls with you too, or did you leave those at the table?
Took them with.
Okay.
No, left them. Yeah. I wasn't thinking straight. I just wanted to get out. Left the scrolls on the table. Well, the scroll cases, and just
I
took
pull
them
out
out.
at that time. Then I'll pull out the little other scroll and just look at it.
You're gonna open the smaller scroll?
No, I said I'm just gonna pull the little scroll case out of the big scroll case and look at it.
Okay.
Not open the little scroll case up, but
Alright. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to the other case. It's just smaller.
is there more any writing or runes or anything on it?
Yeah, it just says that same thing,
Okay.
and also
Alright,
this one has a lock on it.
well, I'll just put it back in the other one and put it back to exactly how it was when I touched it, and then I'll just tell Avalon that it's got the same glyphs on it and says the same shit as the bigger one, and it has a lock on it.
Okay.
Well, then I guess I'll go back to eating the buckwheat biscuits and whatever else, whatever other cheese was brought.
Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna come back into the tavern, sit down, take a deep breath, and breathe out, and put the note down on the table, and spin it around for those girls to read, without saying a word.
Okay.
So I lean forward a little bit. I read it or as best I can from whatever angle I'm at.
While still sipping from my beer.
So I look up to Avalon and Merrick, and I ask their thoughts on the note then.
Well, it's clearly of some importance, but in fact, it seems he doesn't even want you to know too much about it. He just wants you to play delivery.
I'm not sure what to make of it. Obviously, he must have a reason, but we've closed the portal. I thought all the danger will have passed, but evidently not. Looks like we're gonna have to take it a little further.
Raises
For
several
certain it's
questions
related.
to me as well.
Could be. It's both dealing with Bert. Bert sent us there. Bert sending us here.
Well, it raises a couple questions for me. Well, one, why choose you to give the note to? Two, how far do we trust Bert? He seems to be at the basis of everything going on here.
Yeah, we don't actually have a reason for the portal to have been created. We've closed the portal. Who made it?
Could very well be that we're talking to a patriarch of Helm. Might be something to do with the fact I'm a paladin of the threefold god. I don't know.
Well, before we make any decisions, I think we should wait for the other two to arrive, and I suggest we don't talk to mention this in front of the other priests when they arrive at our table.
Okay, well, let's resolve Adadiah and Dante's book journey. Um, so you spend about 3 hours in the library just poring over these books, like sort of like Dante's watching you, and you notice it's like frantic. Like Adadiah looks like he's just like tearing through all these books, like he's kind of mumbling to himself, and he keeps repeating the word Alhambra, Alhambra. And finally, Adadiah finds a book that does mention a lost city of Alhambra falling beneath the earth.
I kind of just like stop, get up, walk away, go back to the book, point to it, and read. In the time before the gods, remember the city of Alhambra, though it lies in its grave. Dante, did you hear that?
Yeah, but it makes no sense to me.
Nor to me, but god damn it, it's a start.
I'm failing to understand why you would even consider journeying on a path that's been laid before you by an evil creature or being of some sort anyway. So, your journey perplexes me and why you want to follow this course. Surely you should get as far away as possible if you and move on, basically.
When it told me the consequences would be dear, it didn't sound much like a, vague, empty promise. It was a threat. I have to do this. I don't want to risk anybody I like getting hurt.
How do you know it was not manipulating you for its own causes? It could be an empty threat. You're being a puppet. Consider that.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't even, give me anywhere like a landmark or anything to go by. It's just, I have to do this. I don't know why. I feel it.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it in your fingers? Or in your soul?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna break out some food, I guess some rations, and I'll toss them over to him. Because I'm assuming he has nothing with him either, just some rags, pretty much on him. So yeah.
Right.
And I'll snack down, make sure I get some food.
Here's a question: when he came back through, did he have any of his weapons with him, or did he lose like everything and he just came in like rags?
No, the only thing that he lost was the 4 blue stones that you took from the eyes of the statues.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what he had to give to the dwarf that he met. All right.
Maybe now you found a reference to it, maybe we should call on Bert and find out the book is from, and if he can delve into it more, if there's any like who wrote the book, and that sort of thing. Maybe Bert has more information, as it is within his library. You have to assume he's read about it.
Very true. Also, there's a completely unrelated book I probably ought to ask him about.
Okay, well, I'm gonna smash down the hammer on the gravel then.
Okay, you like as soon as you like hit it, he sort of like appears in the doorway.
I kind of jump back, startled.
Says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, what could I help you with?"
This book. I can't make out the title on it. I found something. In the time before the gods, remember the lost city of Alhambra, though it lies in its grave. Does that mean anything to you?
He says, let me see that. He puts his spectacles on. He flips through it. And, Nope, can't say that it does.
Oh,
He says,
That's worth a
he
try.
kind of looks at the tome and he's like, haven't actually read this one.
huh.
He says, I own more books than I know what to do with.
Speaking of, I didn't notice it in this library, but there's a completely unrelated book. I'm actually looking for it for a gift for my father. Antecedents of Bugbear Law.
Yes, I think I have. Actually, I think I have 2 copies of that book. Would you like a copy?
Yes, please. My father would love it very much.
He pulls out a ladder and he kind of like slides it along, climbs up, starts like flipping through some books, and he's like, "Oh, yep, here it is," and he sort of throws it at you, and it's this real heavy book. So when you try to catch it, it like almost knocks you over.
Yeah.
What was the name of the book again?
And he kind of laughs and he says, "Who knew that bugbears would have so many laws?"
I know, right? Kind of just like look through it and close it, and I'm like, yeah, old Phoenix would love this.
He says, "Old Phoenix, you say? That's your father?"
Adoptive, but yes,
Ah, says, tell him I said hello.
I will.
Yes, we actually go way back. How's
Oh?
how's he doing? Is he looking pretty old? Like if you compare him to me, does he look older? Does he look younger? Like where are we at?
The years might be piling up, but they are being kind to him.
Yes. That happens. And he says, "Well, I'm right in the middle of trying to find the secrets to immortality. If I happen to find them, perhaps I will give old Phoenix a visit, although I think he would not be interested in that kind of thing."
Yeah. Thanks again.
Certainly.
And I guess we just kind of go back out towards the town.
Alright, so you guys head back to town. I'd say like it's around this time. The priests have finished their prayers, and they have like set up a fire in sort of like the center of the village, and they've got their wine out and everything, and they're beckoning you guys to come sit and chat around the fire.
Hey, Merrick, the Eye of Justice, they've got like a library, don't they?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Do you think you could get me in there?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I think so, at least. If it'll help give you answers to what happened to you on the other side there, then yeah.
Thank you. I found something while I was in Bert's library. Not much, just a little old passage in a book whose title just wore off. Remember, God no. In the time before the gods, remember the lost city of Alhambra, though it lies in its grave. Does that mean anything to anybody? I kind of look around, especially at the priests and a little bit towards Haviland.
I do have history knowledge. Should I roll for that? If it is history.
No,
Doesn't
you
mean a jot to me.
you don't. You look at it, you don't reckon like you've never heard of that before.
Okay.
Okay.
No, never heard anything about it.
Listen, we've kind of got a little something that I received from a friend of ours. But,
Well, wait,
probably.
the priest called us out to him. Did we ever go? We should decide that before we.
I thought we were like already there because
I thought we were
I glanced towards them when I was telling you guys about the Alhambra thing.
Okay, well, I want to get this out of the way, away from the priest. I don't want them to know.
Well, then with the priest backing us, we'll tell him we'll be out there in a second,
Okay.
and then that way Merrick can tell what he wants.
Yeah,
to
you
know.
guys find a quiet spot in the inn where you can talk privately.
Okay.
What's wrong?
Dante, I received this from a friend of ours while you guys were in the library. Just give it a read over. I'll pass it to both of them.
Okay, so he passed it to you.
Tazir.
Yeah, Tazir.
Do you think I could make like a knowledge local check to see if there's anything been happening in Tazir or rumors or something?
Yeah, actually, there is something that you have heard about what's going on in Tazir right now.
Uh-oh.
It may or may not be related, but one of the rumors that you've heard about happenings in Tazir is that the Thieves Guild, the Astorians, which are said to number about 700 active members, are supposedly increasing their activities in Tazir. Seems like they have dreams of attaining power, such as the Night Masks, which is the Thieves Guild in Westgate. And additionally, there's been an increase in pirate raids along the coast near Tazir that have caused the Council of Tazir to reconsider their position on adventuring, which previously there's a ban on adventuring in Tazir. Adventurers are not really welcome there, but due to this increased activity by the Thieves Guild and the pirate raids, the council has reversed its position and has now been taking on adventuring companies to handle some of the dirty work.
I wonder. Might have something to do with the thieves and the pirates near Tazir. The council out there, they had a ban on adventurers, and they've kind of just lifted it.
And another rumor that you're aware of would be in nearby Pros, which is a little bit to the west. There's been reports of a company of cruel adventurers that call themselves the Men of the Basilisk, and they've been raiding small hamlets and capturing and torturing travelers. Those are pretty much the two hot rumors in that area.
Could be
Also,
something to do with that, definitely.
Yeah. I wonder.
What was the Temple of Helm? I'm not a religious person or anything like that, so explain to me. You know who Temple of Helm? Anyone there? Is it related to you?
Helm's part of the threefold god, isn't he, Merrick?
Yeah, he's part of I don't know how you'd explain it. It's what some people believe is an aspect of the threefold god before he became the threefold god. Do you still believe that this separate aspect has a life of its own?
So this patriarch, you would be well received with the patriarch then? Does the name mean anything to you?
The name means nothing to me. The beliefs I'd consider heretical. They believe I'm probably a heretic, but
So you would not be well received.
hardly.
Is it dark in here to you guys, or is it just me? That's in character, by the way.
Yeah, it's dusk now, so they're starting to light a few candles.
Yeah, let's go to the fire.
Okay. Listen, before we go there, tell no one of this note that we've got.
Sure.
I would, my opinion, before we go back, I would like to open the second note.
Well, it has a lock on it.
Open the lock.
Oh,
I don't know that we should. I mean, it's not really ours to open.
Well, you've been given a task by a little boy, basically, or a friend. You said, didn't you? I don't know, boy. So yeah, you've been given a task by a friend.
No, did you not read who it was from at the bottom?
Yeah, but the note that you received it from, anyone could write that it's from someone.
Would a boy get a scroll like this?
Okay, well, I'm not saying that the boy wrote the scroll. I'm saying someone else could have wrote the scroll, and then just attach his name to it.
listen, guys, I'll leave it up to Merrick. If you want to open the scroll, I'll help you open it. If you don't, I don't care. Let's just get somewhere just a little bit brighter.
Go to the fire if you need to.
All right.
I don't particularly want to bandy the scroll around in public, considering the importance of
Look,
notes. But let us think on it for a
we've
while.
been referred to a patriarch of Helmans, much as our two beliefs don't coexist peacefully, and as much as I think they're idiots, they are good people, and they do have people's best interests at heart. So I don't believe that if we go there, we're going to be murdered by priests of Helm or something along those lines. But let's just keep it. Let's decide later, and yeah.
Out of around the fire, and we can decide on another day. But right now, let's get Obadiah out by the fire so he feels safer and enjoy.
Is it just me, or is Vale really quiet? Road quite quiet.
They are a bit quiet.
Well, I put my mic up. Is that better?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said? I said right now, let's just think about it for the night. Let's go outside, get Obadiah out by the fire where it's a little bit brighter, so he feels more comfortable, and enjoy the evening with the priest.
Okay.
That's to me.
I'll tuck the scrolls away into my pack and the note as well.
Okay. So you guys head out to the fire. The priests are sitting out there. They welcome you and say, "Yes, have a seat. Who would like a glass of wine?"
I really could use one.
All right, he pours you a large glass of wine.
I'll pass and say it dulls the senses.
No more for me.
I'll have one, thank you.
Courteous, I'll have one, but I won't drink it really. I'll just...
Okay. So yeah, you guys just kind of hang out and you're drinking. They're telling you some stories of Erebor. One of them says to you, "Yes, we probably haven't seen as many exciting things as you guys have because we spend most of our days in study."
Well, I tell him the story of how we fought the Basilisk and how Haviland, turned to stone, and how Sir Charles accidentally saved him. And
Okay.
I'm slightly embarrassed by it, but still a good story.
He tells you, or he asks rather. He says, "So what's next for you? Are you going to return to Westgate, or do you have other business to attend to?"
Oh yeah, Westgate. Yeah, we'll definitely probably go back to Westgate. Yeah. Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are going to remain here in Clover and try to help the village people sort of mend the city and get things back to where they were. Hopefully, some of the residents that have fled will return, and we can get that tea that everybody loves flowing back along the trade route.
Indeed.
I think I speak for the rest of our group, but if the undead problem comes, feel free to contact us in Westgate. We'll come back to help with it.
Certainly.
I was actually reading a book in Bert's library. Does passage sound familiar to any of you? Something like in the time of the god, or before the time of the gods. Remember the lost city of Alhambra, though it lies in its grave. Anything?
Pearson, the oldest one, he says, "Yes, I've read some of Alhambra in my studies. Nobody's quite sure where it was, though. The location has been debated, and some have even claimed that it may never have existed in the first place." Why do you? Or no, he remembers that you said the name earlier. Actually, okay. So what it is, he doesn't recognize the name Alhambra, but like the story of it, he recognizes, and he had never like put that name to it before.
You wouldn't happen to know who wrote the verse, would you?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that just by looking at it, but if you let me take it back with me to Erebor, I could probably do some cross-referencing with our extensive library there, and it seems that this book is very old and worn, and many of the inscriptions have been come off through time. But there may be more than one. I may be able to find this same book in better condition.
Sure. I don't actually think I took the book with the verse in it. I just kind of jotted the verse down.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, then none of that makes any sense.
I guess you could like check for the verse in the books in the library. Or
yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, you described the book to him, and he says he couldn't tell you anymore without looking at the book. But he says, "I'll tell you what. I'll make a stop at Bird's Tower in the morning, and I'll look at it for you."
I appreciate it.
And so Div, he kind of turns to Haviland. He says, "So you said you wanted to talk to me. Do you?" It's like, "I'm very interested in your wizardly arts. Something that I've kind of always had an interest in, and I actually keep a collection of tomes on wizardry. I've never actually dabbled into the arts myself, but for some reason I've always been very fascinated by it. What's it like to cast a spell from a book?"
Well, it's something I've always enjoyed from a young age as well. It's funny you should say. There's a sort of tingle in your fingers as the spell sort of comes from the Ethereus or wherever it comes.
Says, "Yes, I mean I can relate. I do have the ability to cast some of the priestly spells, but it just seems like such a different process, Mine are gifted to me, whereas you must earn yours through hard work. and study.
Sorry, could you running up past me again? I was distracted by.
He just basically said like, it was very interesting because he, as a cleric, his spells are almost gifted to him by his god, and although he knows like about hard work and study, it's just like fascinating to him that like wizardry it's almost more of a a science.
Do you prefer it to be that way, or do you have more of the cleric in you?
He says, well, I feel that my place is in service with Ogma. I've you see, actually, I was abandoned as a baby, and I don't know who my parents are, and I was raised by the priests, so it's pretty much all that I've known for my entire life. It's like I think wizardly magic is just more of a hobby for me. It's not something I think I would ever pursue seriously. Although I'm sure they would allow me to if that's what I chose.
Did they tell you anything about your parents?
Not really. They said that I just showed up one day on their doorstep. They don't know where my parents were from or why they left me. He's like, sometimes I wonder about that. I get kind of curious, but I just figure, if they didn't want me, then I'm better off without them.
I kind of get a chuckle out of that, and go, hey, I'm actually from a similar situation. What are the odds we could be long lost brothers, huh?
I sort of stifle a laugh as well, but collect myself.
He says, well, you're certainly the better looking one, so...
Well, you seem quite the smart lad. I'm sure they'd be quite proud of you if they could see you.
Joe, thank you. It's very kind. He's like, would you mind if I was like, oh, this is probably rude, but, well, whatever. I'll ask you anyways. Just purely from a curiosity standpoint, could I just maybe could you show me like a very simple magical spell in your spell book? Just sort of let me look at it. I've never actually seen a real spell book.
Yeah, certainly.
Summon the great demon, the great demon of fire beetle.
Yeah, I
I
pull
want
out
to stay
one of my.
away from fire right now. Just saying.
Yeah, I pull out my one of my less complicated spell tomes and then have a look through.
Okay.
Let's see. What page could I turn it to? Say I turn it to yeah, interesting one. I'll just do Arcane Mark, maybe. Inscribes personal rune on an object or something.
All right. Well, you can tell he gets like really excited, and he's like, you guys kind of look over it, and he asks you like a question like, what's that? What's this? You kind of like explain it to him, and you guys seem to be. The rest of you guys notice that those two seem to be like hitting it off pretty well.
About what time is it? Is it completely dark outside?
Yeah, it's dark now. It's probably like 8:30 or 9.
Okay.
I kind of like get closer to the fire.
You all right, or did I? I'm gonna just go up behind him and put an arm on his shoulder. Are you okay after everything?
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just nerves, right?
I think it's something more than nerves. You can tell me if you need to, man. I'm here for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I was there for a while. It was really, really dark. Yeah.
Well, you're back now. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you throw yourself into another portal. That's for sure.
You won't have to worry about that, hopefully.
Okay. Good man. Can I get you a beer? Do you want something to drink?
Yeah.
I mean, what have you been drinking this past week for you? What 30 seconds for us? What have you been drinking?
It's fucking mud puddles.
You didn't drink your pee at any point, did you?
No, I didn't have to do like old Bear of Grills.
Oh,
Bear
of
who?
course, Bear of Grills.
Pair of
The
grills.
old children's tale.
Harrison Grillis of that village out north.
Yeah. Out in the woods for 30 minutes, drinks his own pee.
Yeah.
I'll go get you a beer, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. So, is there anything else like specifically that you want to talk to the priests about, or are you guys just shooting the shit?
I'd probably just leave a comment with Div. Well, ask him where he usually is, if I can keep contact with him. I wouldn't mind being a mentor.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't mind mentoring the kid on
Right.
more sorcery and stuff.
Yeah. He says, "Oh no, that would be wonderful." He gives you his address in Erebor.
Pet pals.
Says,
Okay.
"Yeah. If you ever want to send me a letter or
Dick pic.
teleport by and teach me something, I'm usually there." He's
Yeah.
like,
Is the
Yeah,
moon out?
teleport. I teleport all the time. I'll
God,
do that sometime.
he's
How
not
full
that
is,
good.
How full is the moon
He can
today?
change his arms to monkey arms.
the moon is 3/4 full.
Alright, well, I'll stay around the campfire till about 11:30, and then I'm going to go off to a semi-secluded place outside of the city and pray to the moon goddess.
Cool.
I'm gonna stand up, say nothing, and I'm gonna get on top of that building that I slept on before. I'm gonna sleep up there again.
Okay.
I kind of stick close to the fire and, just kind of look myself over. Pay kind of a little bit of attention to scar where I had to fucking draw blood, apparently.
Okay.
What, where is his address? Sorry, you named the place.
Erebor.
Sorry.
Erebor.
Here, let me spell it for you. It's
Erebor.
Erebor. It's Erebor. Here we go. It's like that. It's to the west. Here, I'll ping it on the map.
Ping, ping, ping.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. We're in the Giants Run Mountains, aren't we?
Yeah, I'll show you where you guys are. This is Erebor over here. You guys are like in here.
Where the river's coming from, the mountains near there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Could probably move this a little bit. It's not gonna- All right, so I guess you guys go to sleep. Is that it for tonight?
Yeah, I think so. That's what my plans are.
I'll keep I'm gonna stay by the fire till fairly late as well. Just keeping to myself, but look, keeping an eye on Odadiah at the same time.
Okay. Okay, so you guys, nothing happens during the night. You wake up in the morning. Everything is going just fine. What do you guys want to do?
Eric,
Yeah, go on.
I know we have that little errand to run into Zir. That's kind of on the way back to Westgate. You thinking about starting, to there, or just going ahead on back home and making a trip back? I mean, either way is fine with me. It's just, I don't know, kind of your thing.
I know how important it is that you find this Alhambra. Whatever it is, I know it's important to you after what happened, but I'm not sure how urgent this message is. It's. I mean, it says, could be endangering all of our lives.
Yeah,
It
I
might be
mean,
best to get this out of the way before we head back to Westgate. I mean, there's not a
yeah,
lot we can do.
I have no problem with that. Actually, now that I think about it, I might actually want to stop in Tazir myself.
Okay, good. We'll find an opportunity for you to get stabbed like the good old days. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I guess we'll wait up for everyone to meet up with us again, and we'll try and discuss plans for the trip to Zir.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are pretty much probably all together at this point. This would be
Okay, honestly, what do you guys think of this note? I'm guessing we're all like sort of in a secluded table, all together in
Yeah.
the golden. What was it? The golden staff,
the bronze staff.
bronze staff.
So 1 star. Being a gold staff for 3 star.
Yeah,
It's a
Became
chain.
Third
Well,
in the
my
Olympics
thoughts
and
are
gold
we've
staff.
pretty much finished up here. We have nothing else to do. Why not?
My thoughts exactly.
It is on the way.
It's on the way back home, and it seems pretty urgent. I mean, our lives could be in danger.
Or at least yours. It was addressed to you.
Well, when you put it like that way, Vale, I think we should all go. As a team.
I had no problem with going. I think we should.
Okay.
I'm looking kind of perplexed. I'm like, why did we come here again? Are we supposed to have...
We lost somebody.
What? We lost
James
James.
from Zoom.
James has come from Zoom. Greg. James has come from Zoom.
That's okay. I'm sure I'll message him, but
I'm like, was someone going to pay us for coming here again? Why did we come here? Who sent us here? As
you
much as I like
with
helping
the-
people.
Came to get rid of the undead problem.
Yeah, who sent us on that quest?
Kaelin Dren from the Eye of Justice, which is Merrick's an officer that Merrick reports to.
And was there a reward involved? I can't remember the conversation.
Of course there was. You wouldn't have come otherwise.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. If we're going to be putting our lives in further danger and everything.
Well, Marek was asked to investigate, so I guess that's part of his job. I don't know if we were offered an actual reward ourselves.
No, Kaelin will reward you. It's my duty. I don't need a reward for that, but I'm sure you guys would.
Turn it down, though.
This would be.
Certainly.
I'd rather the gold go to something useful for the order than trinkets and baubles for me. Anyway, either way, we have to head back to Westgate. Tazir's on the way.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt us to stop in the Temple of Helm on the way back, I guess.
Okay. Sounds good.
Is
Go. What?
No, it's alright.
Yeah, James didn't come back yet. You get. Well, I was gonna take a break in 10 minutes, so maybe we just take it now since
Yeah.
James got dropped.
I wouldn't mind grabbing him Baru.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll be
Yeah,
right
fine.
back.